Oh, dear.
Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. Yes, we played an FA Cup game against Fulham. I bet you all saw the game. We crashed and burned United out of the FA Cup 2025. That's it, finito. Now we're no Europa League next season. If we win the FA Cup, nothing. We can't defend our title, and we lost, unfortunately, on penalties. I feel a little bit upset now. I don't know how you feel. Maybe I will be a little bit reactionary, so you have to excuse me, but I try to keep a calm head. So how are you feeling, Stu, about this?
Right after the game, I was fuming. Now I've calmed down again, and as we always do, we were messaging throughout the game, and there was some of the things that absolutely flabbergasted me as a fan. That Amorim has done in terms of substitutions. Our overall play, again, I thought was languid. Very, very laid back, almost horizontal. No real passion with us again. Was it a surprise we went a goal down? No, we'll go into that later on. It was abysmal. Was it surprised we got back into it? Absolutely. It was a wonderful strike. Absolutely wonderful strike. But then we did nothing after the goal. We became inverted again in our own bodies and just disappeared like ghosts. And I don't know whether Yoro was injured. I don't know if Yoro was injured to bring on Lindelöf. I didn't understand the Agate decision to bring on Casemiro, although I thought Casemiro was okay.
I think we have to just go through all these Amorim details. I think, but all in all, did you feel that we deserved to lose, or were Fulham?
Oh, there were two poor teams. I thought Fulham were woeful. I thought Fulham were terrible as well. I thought it was two poor teams out there today. I think it's exactly where we seem to be as a team, and I think Fulham actually came down to our level because Fulham have played way better than that at times this season. I thought they came down to our level. Sander Berge, which I thought was probably the player for Fulham, I thought he had a very quiet 20, 25, 30 minutes. He didn't seem to do a lot. I think Lukic was the better player, and for us, we didn't meet them in the middle. I said to you, didn't I? You remember when we did the tactical board with Bombay, and I said to you what we should do and why we should do it. And I don't want to say it, Jarvis, I was proven right because we didn't do any of that, did we? And what happened?
We didn't. No.
Yeah, they tore through us. So I'm just. I find myself astonished, actually, Jarvis. And when I'm astonished, it takes me a good 48 hours to get my brain around what has astonished me. I can't just automatically say, right, this, and this. I just actually, I'm flabbergasted, astonished, lost
the
words.
You're out the words.
I don't, Jarvis, because you tell me when we look dangerous throughout that game, and you could pick maybe one or two instances out. And as Jules has said, welcome, Jules. As Jules has said, the Bruno strike was wonderful, and it was a massive.
I have a lot of clips
that
we will go through. So people, stay tuned. We have a lot of clips. We'll go through all of these instances. Sorry for interrupting you. So I just want to go and say hi to all of the people.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, because lovely Lola's asked me a couple of questions. So go ahead.
Alien Tenno's here. Lowly Lola coming in with a lot of comments. Neil Driscoll, big up, coming in and say United poor all season, so not surprised. United out of the FA Cup, Jarvis and Stu. Yes. Stu, Neil is obviously disappointed. Jordan Wall is in the house. Big up, Jordan. Good to see you. Jules is here. J United coming in. Hey, Sir Jarvis and Sir Stu. Total mess that was. Yes, it was a mess of a game. Who else? Alien Tenno is here. Is not happy. Crap team, crap manager, crap club. Yes, we can Alien Tenno giving it straight up. And Nash is here. Lightning is here. A lot of the good people. Day 147. Good to see everybody. So I think we are ready to start the stream. So let's just jump right into it. First of all, I just want to say I will post a link here. That's the Twitter link. Please press that link and give us a retweet. That's all I ask. And obviously, smash the like. The likes are our currency. We are currently on, let's see, we are on 15 likes as we speak. So guys, girls, keep liking. But first of all, I want to go to the tactical board as usual. And this were the teams that was set up in this game. As you see, Onana in goal. They were Yoro on the left, Maguire centrally, the Ligt on the right. Masraoui. Is this right? Maybe it was like this. I think it was.
Dalot was left. Mazzari was right.
Dalot was left. Masraoui was right. We had Bruno and Ugarte centrally. Eriksen as the 10. I think Bruno was on the left.
That's
here.
It. Yeah,
Eriksen in the 10. Xerxes and Højlund up top. And they had Bassey, Anderson, Castagne, Robinson. They played with the back four. I was speculating they were going to come with the back three, but they played with the back four. Lukic and Berge, the two central, the pivot. Pereira as the number 10. Iwobi and Traore as the wingers. And the Brazilian youngsters, Muniz, on top. So for me, I can say, Stu, quickly how I saw the game. I made some notes, but what I have here is... where's my notes? So here we go. I think we started well. I liked what I saw from Eriksen. He operated more of a left playmaker. You know, we have been talking about the left playmaker zone, this zone. And I saw Eriksen a lot of the time dropping out. And Dalot was actually quite high, operating as a winger a lot of the time. So I think how they played together was good. Bassey and Anderson a lot of the time try to hit it long behind Dalot. The ball went here, but Dalot has a great recovery pace, and he was able to catch Iwobi every time they tried that. So it didn't give us much trouble. And actually, I like Dalot's performance today. He wasn't too bad. I think he was good. He also had an assist on this game. When it comes to the left back, I think Leny Yoro was really good. Again, he contributes both defensively and offensively. Why he was subbed off, I don't know. Maybe he was injured.
I was wondering that. Yeah, I was wondering that.
So centrally, I think I saw that Ugarte had more of a role, like neutralizing Sander Berg all the time, and Pereira. And Bruno was actually a lot of the time the deepest in the pivot, because Ugarte was operating here where Sander Berg were all the time and tried to block them in the first half. And I think that worked really well. And also I think on our left side, I think we managed to overload them a lot of the times with Xerxes coming out and. On our left, with Eriksen, Bruno, Dalot, we managed to overload Castagne a lot of the time. Either Eriksen or Dalot overloaded Castagne, or when Eriksen and Bruno shifted position, it was Bruno and Dalot who overloaded Castagne. So we had, I think we were really well on our left side. So these are the things that I have from the first half. Stu, do you concur, or did you see the tactical aspect of the game play itself out in this way?
So, no, I actually agree with your assessment. I think I said to you, didn't I, in the green room, that there was no way Berg had the freedom of the pitch. He was pretty much non-existent for 30 minutes, and that was down to Ugarte's pressing. I think you're absolutely right about the way that Bruno played a much deeper role. Eriksen and Dalot, your assessment's 100% right again. Dalot, interestingly enough, and it's the first time in a while, he's had that effect in the final third, which he did today. He had a real effect. He was quite positive. He was quite bold. He was aggressive. And it gave Iwobi an issue, really, and it certainly gave Castagna a problem. He didn't quite know what to do with Eriksen. He didn't quite know what to do with Dalot. Where I was a bit worried, again, is our all-over ball retention, our possession, and our ball usage. We tried too many little flicks, and tonight a couple of Xerxes and Højlund in particular were trying to do the fancy flicks, and the problem is not so much Xerxes, but Højlund is not playing with that element of confidence to be able to do that. He wasn't again running in behind what we need to do. Our pressing up front was very sluggish again. We were allowing them a good 30 yards from goalkeeper to where we made.
Did you see we almost played like in a 3-5-2 because it was Xerxes and Højlund on top, and Eriksen dropped more into a trio in the midfield?
Yeah, we did, and it didn't necessarily work for us today. For us to be able to do that, I must admit, I've got to be honest. I was impressed with Eriksen. I'm going to call it a cameo, Jarvis, because that's all it was. It was just a bit of a cameo. I was impressed with him. I thought his work rate was good, but we didn't get him on the ball enough. We didn't get Bruno on the ball enough in the first half.
We didn't.
We were using Xerxes, Mazzari, Dalot, and Højlund. We were trying to get up to Højlund a lot quicker today. I noticed that patch. So I'm kind of okay with the first half to an extent, but I'm kind of baffled by it at the same time. So we never really controlled the game, ever. We were never really in full control. I thought Fulham's passing was a lot crisper. They fizzed it in and around our box a lot. Robinson in particular, he was up and down. I didn't think Robinson had a particularly good game today, if we're being honest, which is unusual.
I think we kept him quiet. Yes,
yeah, because I like Robinson, as you well know.
Really good defending against Robinson. Yeah. He was aggressive. He was pushing up. He was doing his role. So I would say the Ligt, when Robinson came, both Masraoui and because Masraoui and the Ligt, they interchange. The Ligt is allowed the freedom to push up. I really liked the Ligt today. I think he played his best game so far in United shirt for me.
He showed something a bit different, didn't he, Delict today? He didn't show all-out defence. He showed passion.
Aggressiveness, passion. Yes.
Yeah, he was very aggressive. I thought Maguire was his normal, calm self. Xerxes again, brilliant feat. Terrific feat. Kills the ball well.
He had, I would say Xerxes was okay. He played himself into the game first half.
That's where I was going with it. Brilliant feat.
I would say 70-75 minutes before he really started working.
That was going to be my point.
Extra time. He dug real deep and got that extra power, I would say, and he was one of our best players all in all through the 120 minutes.
Yeah, it's what I was going to say. Really great feat, but not enough output for us. We need more output. If you can combine output with great technical work, then you become a really dangerous footballer. And he wasn't quite there until later on in the game. Jarvis, about 70 minutes in. I tend to agree with you. I think you're absolutely right. Garnacho added a little bit of bite in terms of pace to us, but again, I'm not really quite sure where his head's at the moment. Difficult one. So look, all in all, did we deserve to win the game? Absolutely not. No chance. We didn't create enough chances to win the game of football. We really didn't. I don't think Fulham created enough. I don't think Fulham deserved to win the game either. It was a drab affair, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was a drab affair.
I think the managers tactically was like a chess game in a way, and they were neutralizing each other. And we stopped playing football in a way. And I would say from the subs, when we put on Garnacho, when we put on Casemiro, we stopped playing football.
We did, but when you get that chess match, and you're absolutely right, by the way, when you get two teams, that's what chess match is. You've got to do something. You've got to create tension. You've got to create a foul. You've got to make sure that when somebody gets hold of the ball, they're a bit worried about where you are. Are they going to come in and sideswipe you? Are you going to do something that's different? And we're not doing that. We don't do that with a chess match.
No.
You said to me, and I know we'll talk about it through the clips, but you said to me, Stu, we're back to counter-attacking football again.
Yeah.
And you were right. Yeah. We were soaking up pressure, and then we were trying to counter-attack on our own turf, and we shouldn't be doing that. I will say
that
one
thing.
The
headline of the show, back to counter-attacking football, because that was actually that's what we did.
But that's what you said. So I think moving forward, I think we should just say that Onana had a decent game today. He made a couple of really, really smart stops. But, we went from disciplined at times in our performance to really ill-disciplined at just the flick of a switch, Jarvis. It's very, very strange.
We did. I think you summed it up well. Lovely Lola comes in and say 100 likes was due winning. Be fabulous. Yes. 5-1 for the mighty Tipton Town.
Yes.
I want to go to the clip. Batham just comes in with the I'm fine with counter-attacking football, long balls, etc. As long as it's excited, executed, and
well, he's right. Yeah, and sustainable. He's spot on there. Yeah.
But I want to bring us back. Let's start with the beginning of the game. I'm just checking. Okay, everything is on. We are showing the footage. We had some problems with the technical stuff.
We did, didn't we?
Yes,
we did. Yeah.
So if you're not seeing what we are seeing, give us a shout right away. So what I liked from the beginning of the game were we tried to play ourselves out from the back. We were good on the ball. And here you see we are dropping down, Eriksen pointing to Dalot. We have Leny Yoro on the ball. And we didn't want to try to play it long. We were going to thread ourselves by passing the ball out. So here you see Dalot on the ball, giving it to Eriksen. Eriksen back again to Dalot. Dalot out to Bruno again. You see we go towards the ball. Eriksen again. We can do this with Eriksen because he's a ball player. And this was the clip basically. So I liked what I saw from the beginning of the game. We had a plan. We had trained on this. This were Amorim's vision. Play the ball.
Yes,
did you see that
that's what he wants. Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants that. I always get a little bit nervy when we start that kind of element of our attack. We didn't necessarily, as you quite rightly said, we didn't necessarily gain anything from that piece of play. So I sometimes wonder, why do that piece of play when you don't gain from it? Football is about gaining advantages. So
we know that, Stu, but we know also that he wants to
that's how he wants to play. No, I get that.
He wants to attract pressure, and he wants to create that space in behind. So let's say when we try to play out on the side here, we had what was this side? We had Eriksen dropping down in the playmaker role. Bruno here, we had Dalot up here. So we attracted pressure all the time and created that space in behind and wanted to utilize that. So I'm fine with it. If the manager wants to play this way, I'm good with it. But we have to try.
I'm okay with it, and I agree. But your glaring error. The glaring error is our number 9 there, because that's with the space he should be filling. He's watching that unfold, and he's nowhere near where he needs to be. If you look at the space, you showed that final clip. That very, very final clip was was it Bruno or Eriksen, whoever it was, laid it in to an empty space with nobody there.
I think Højlund was on the receiving end, because Højlund in the beginning. I would just say this: Højlund gets a lot of stick all the time, but when it comes to Højlund in the beginning, he did a lot of diagonal runs into this left.
Yeah, first 10 minutes. He
was moving here all the time on default. I would say he did it like 3 to 4 times in the beginning. So I think that was
And then
our
he
game.
lost his edge, didn't he? He lost his edge then. His edge went. Doesn't work for me for 3 minutes. My edge is gone.
You see it, Fulham is pressing high, but we have actually the courage to try to play ourselves out. And when you see that long ball, let's see if we can see Højlund on the receiving end. I believe
Yeah,
he was
I wonder
there.
if we can. Did he pick it up there?
Yes, there is Højlund.
Oh,
yes.
yes. Yeah, that's exactly where he should have been. That's where you wanted him. Yeah, you needed him in that area to pick it up. Try and get it in control and then cut inside. Not go down the wing, but try and cut inside. So, yeah.
Big uprush Manu comes in, say Højlund pulled out a number of tackles. Not impressed with him tonight. No, again, I think Højlund put in a stinker as usual. And yeah, it is what it is. Cass 257 comes in and Højlund needs to be sold. And we heard rumors about it. We are talking about the swap deal with Napoli with Osimhen. So I don't know if we can get something about 20 to 30 million for Højlund. That will be massive. We can recoup at least some of our money. Stu, do some comments.
Yeah,
I will just find the next.
See who we've got. So look, Trevor Wade says today Dalot played his first 5 out of 10 match in about 200 games. Interesting. He also says Højlund, where is his end product? Well, yeah, absolutely. Boxing straight talk. It was evident to me that when Obi came on, Fulham centre-backs actually had to work hard. Fulham just doesn't have the presence on or off the ball movement to be a success here. Yeah, absolutely. Kadeem, Glazer Ineos have set the manager up to fail. I think so. Look at our bench compared to Fulham. They have ruined us over the years. It's so sad. Tyrone is in. Good evening, guys. I looked at Lindelöf's penalty, which wasn't as bad as some people made it out to be. Xerxes had an okay game, but he telegraphed the pen like an amateur. Yeah, absolutely. Who else have we got?
Tyrone, not as bad. The penalty. Come on. I have clips on the penalty. We will go.
Well, you can talk about the penalties.
When it comes to penalty, I just want to say one thing.
Mr. B's in the house. Thursday will be out of Europe too. Well, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. That's for sure.
Yes.
Very tough. And Rushmana, as a striker, you must evolve yourself and try for fouls or payoffs, which is true if the defense is too good. Absolutely. Okay.
Yes. So this is the next clip. We have Ligt. We are shifting play in this instance. This is what the 12th minute into the show, and we did a diagonal. And what I would like to highlight in this clip is Eriksen comes from the 10. He drags the defenders with him and opens up the space for Højlund to do a opposite movement. So let's just play it through 2 seconds. And here we go. It's Ligt on the ball here, and I just want to go a little bit back. Look at Eriksen here. It does a diagonal run and drags the defender with them.
Yeah,
and we play a shift play from no, it's Dalot. Yes, Dalot. But I like the movement. This is a number 10 movement. We need more of these movements to open up space for each other.
Yeah, I mean, it looked to me like they'd worked on that. That's looked to me a training ground kind of exercise. It was nicely delivered. It's a difficult pass to deliver, that is. Yeah, a lot of people think that, well, you just ping in a 30, 40-yard pass. It's not. To get your accuracy, the actual tempo of the ball, the speed, the bounce, and all that, so you can play it, your player can collect. It's not an easy task, that. So
Dalot, wonderful.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with Dalot here, though. Again, he gets it nicely. He was just a little bit in front of him, and then he doesn't do a lot with it. You've got to maneuver yourself a bit quicker and a bit more aggressive into the box. You get a penalty, maybe. Maybe. But it was nice. It was nice.
Who would be on the other end? It was Dorgu. It would have been much better.
Dorgu would have taken on his left, wouldn't he? But would have taken on his left peg and moved it through.
So I just want to say today I have a lot of like short clips just try to.
Yeah, no, they're great. Yeah.
So here again, you see Dalot. What I talked about when he was defending, because he was quite high up the pitch. He was quite high up the pitch, but he managed to track back and be able to stop Iwobi every time the ball came long from Anderson or Bassey.
Yeah.
So I think that was a good thing. I liked what I saw from Dalot today, and I will give him credit for playing a good game. So if you look at this, let's just share the right screen. I think it's Anderson who played Iwobi. But the recovery pace from Dalot is really good.
He's done well there. It's a difficult one because he's almost, he's having to keep his eye on the ball, movement, and execute the pass, or the clearance. But it turned out to be a brilliant pass, didn't it, into Eriksen anyway.
And here you see again Eriksen, the playmaker.
I would like Eriksen though to have held this. What do you think?
Yes, I think Eriksen is good as long as he has legs. For 45 minutes, he was brilliant.
Yeah, I'd like him to have this ball though. What do you think? Do you think I could see what he was trying to do. Do you think he could have held it and maybe ran with it 5 yards, perhaps? Oh, a question. I'm not no criticism, just a question.
I wouldn't do it. I think he did the right choice.
I can see what he was trying to do. Yeah.
Because again, you see Højlund, I'm criticizing Højlund so much, so I want to give Højlund some creds, and he comes here with a diagonal run into the right area. So I will have to give it to Højlund, and he dragged Anderson out in the wide areas in the first 20.
He did a few times, didn't he? Yeah, no, absolutely. Because Anderson had him on toast, didn't he, last match?
He had him on toast. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
but you see he's physical, gaining control on the ball and actually trying. But again, he's not strong enough when he comes up against really good opposition.
No, he kind of almost bounced off it. He actually, if you look, when he does his first initial elbow or handoff,
he's here. Yeah,
he stops his momentum. That's why he loses the ball. Because Anderson then gets at him. But look, he tried.
But it's frustrating to see watch Højlund a lot of the time, and yeah. So what are the chats saying about the latest clips?
So let's have a look. We have Catherine. Onana is a useless clan bit. Interesting. Alien Tenno, Fulham fans singing "You look like a rat," Bruno Fernandes. You look like a rat. Trev comes in again. Lola, Figueroa. So they're doing the old Queen Bohemian Rhapsody song there, by the looks of it. Ifyok, if I've pronounced your name correctly, if I haven't. Yeah, we're struggling with this system. I can't remember the last time Manchester United dominated a match. I think he's right. If I mobilise 11 guys from my neighbourhood to face this Aaron's team, United would struggle. That's a bold statement, but absolutely. Oh, crikey, that's my iPad. Sorry, guys. Højlund's first touch is so bad. Oh, dear. Okay, I can't really read that one out, V, but okay, I get your point. Jarvis, Højlund deserves no credit. Done nothing, produced nothing, finished the match with nothing to show.
I just want to give a reply quick to Trevor. It's a good comment, and but I feel that we got to give him credit for is actually trying to do what Amrim tells him to do. He's trying to understand. I know it's not in his natural game to go into the wide areas. Højlund just want to drop down and start sprinting in behind, in straight lines. That's his natural instincts when it comes to this. So he's slowly learning the Amrim way. Is he good enough? No. But do I see a progress? Yes. That's just my point on this.
Yeah. Barton comes in with a really good comment. Look at Anderson, his arms over the top. Absolutely. You've just got to rest your arms sometimes. You don't need to pull, drag. Sometimes rest in your arms. What that does as a defender, when you rest your arms or you touch an attacker, your attacker instinctively tries to wrestle you off. And once he does that, you then take control of the situation. That's exactly what Anderson did. So excellent there by bath time. Rushmano comes in without Bruno. We are nothing. Rob Tuff, I can't say that, but we like it. Jesus wet me. Okay, lovely Lola. Did you go? No, I play centre half. Lola. Mr. B's in. The City requires a full squad rebuild. Yeah, I think we'd all agree on that one. Scored off the pitch only. Trev, I promise you keep that secret, pal. Come on now.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, some great comments coming in. There's 79 you watching, by the way. I don't know how many's on X, Jarvis. Please, if you're on X, can you get across? Hit that like button. As Jarvis said, that's our currency. You know, we really want to grow this channel. We're not in it to be controversial, sensationalist, or anything like that. You're not going to see us change. We just want to grow the channel, grow this community. If you're on X, please just come over to YouTube. Just hit that like. You can go back to X if you don't want to watch on YouTube. But please just go over, hit the like, subscribe, and then go back to X. We would really, really appreciate it. Sorry, Jarvis.
Yeah, that's okay. This is Ligt, and I think he was really good today. He was really aggressive. Here we see Bassey on the ball, gives it long.
Is this extra time one where he takes it?
No. It's in the first half. I think we are in the.
Yes. What's he doing? What's he doing falling over there?
But you see here, Ligt really aggressive. This is what I like to see from the white centre backs, pushing up, helping the midfield, not stopping. So he was constantly on Iwobi. Iwobi couldn't get himself into the game.
No, you're right. Iwobi had maybe 2 moments, 2 flashes, perhaps, throughout the game. I think Ligt took him out. I didn't see Traore get into the game either, if I'm being honest. Yoro and Dalot with their equal measure. So,
but I really like this from Ligt, being super aggressive, not taking anything, taking crap from anyone.
Kaz has come in, man of the match.
Yes,
that's what he's going for.
I believe. I agree with that, Kaz.
Mr. B's in as well. Ligt man of the match, I think. Hold on, Mr. B, Ligt man of the match. Trev. Maguire was. He didn't have his best game today, Maguire. I think I must admit I thought Yoro and Ligt were our best defenders today by far, and what Dalot did. Some big tackles by Ligt, I agree. We'll get to this a bit later, Luman. We'll certainly get to that a bit later. Bath time. It's come in, by the way, Jarvis. I don't like this from Ligt, to be honest. He's constantly gambling on his distances and arriving at pace. It's not viable over the course of a season.
Yeah, it's an interesting take.
I can see where he's coming from on that. Flash, saved every one of us. I presume that's the Flash, or is that Flash Gordon? Could be Flash Gordon. What else have we got? Ifwick, why should Maguire be a regular starter in this team? At this point in time, whether people like this or not, Amarin will go with trust. And he trusts Maguire. It will be a trust thing, Ifwick. Your opinion's absolutely valid, but it will be a trust element. Rushmano coming in with Onana, making a couple of good saves. Still too shaky, I tend to agree. And
that's a good transition comment for the next clip, because it's about Maguire and Onana.
One more comment then. Just got one more comment from Boxing Straight Talk. Yoro is going to be the next Rio Ferdinand. Totally agree. I think that's totally agree. I think
or Maldini, as I would like to say.
Oh, Maldini. We like a bit of Maldini. You need some olives. You need to get some olives, son, if you're going to do that. Come on.
Okay, let's try to add this to the stage.
Yes.
It was a cross. You see, I think now you will see Maguire here in middle of the defense and Onana not communicating really well on this cross. So the cross comes in, fumbling it. So what do you see, Stu?
So a couple of things. A nice little push off Pereira, or is it Muniz? I can't quite see. It's Pereira, isn't it?
Pereira, yeah.
Yeah, nice little push off Pereira. What he does, he pushes Maguire actually into Onana. If you watch,
takes
just
out
slightly, it takes him on. So look, I tend to agree with Bartom. I don't think. Rush. I think Onana was terrible, but Onana, he started to come like that. Did you see with his arms tucked into his body, and he realised he was never going to pick it up that way. So you've got to be more aggressive. You've got to come and take it a little bit higher if you can. Drops off his knee as it happens, and we get away with it.
Why do he goes out? Why does he go out like this?
He thinks he's going to be able to catch it. He thinks he's going to be able to. It's going to drop into his arm.
Don't you realize? Don't you see what's in front of him? He sees Maguire there. He sees there's a duel. He sees Pereira. Why don't he should at least then shout? Like I would like to. I love Peter Schmeichel, for example, in situations like this.
Yeah,
he would shout,
keeper. He would have cleaned Maguire out as well at the same time, and that's what Onana needs to do. He needs to clean these guys out. To be fair,
yeah. But this worries me because we saw last game the own goal by what's his name? The guy with the red card.
Oh, Dorgu.
Dorgu, yes. Sorry, Dorgu. And again, communication. This is communication. As a goalkeeper, you should claim the ball.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't start off in a brilliant formation anyway. If you look, we weren't in line. Maguire was slightly deep. But at this point in time, Onana's got this habit of staying close to his goal line, hasn't he? Rather than coming out. Again, you know what I said? Onana could be on the edge of his 6-yard box to claim that because he's got nobody coming in, nobody running in at him. There's hardly any Fulham players in there, so he's got to be a bit more brave for me.
You would like him here?
Yes, I would. Yeah. And you're cutting off the travelling distance. Look where the ball lands. Pretty much where,
goes into the 6-yard box. It should be his ball,
and he'd pick it up. He'd pick it up if he was further forward. Watch, that's where he tries to pick it up. There, he thinks it's going to drop into his hands. Comes off his knee, and we get lucky. It's frustrating, Jarvis, because but I would have liked him on the edge. Yeah, 6-yard box.
Do a couple of comments, and I will get.
Yes, it's all going on in the comments. It's absolutely brilliant. What we got? Smash a like for the guys. Thank you, Rashmani. Lovely Lola comes in with communication classic Spandau Ballet. There's nothing wrong with Spandau Ballet. Bartine comes in with communication or expectation. I'd 100% expect any keeper in organised football to claim that. I totally agree. The way he sees it all the way. No Fulham player attacking it slower. I said this the other night, Bartine. I don't know whether you tuned in at that particular time. I said Onana wants to cover the distance between Maguire and the space from Maguire to which is always seems to be in and around the goal line. I'd like him out a bit further. So yeah, we did cover that. Onana made some fantastic saves, but long term looks like he needs to go. I think it's a fair one, Trev.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Who else have we got? I am Titanium. He says 1 Champ League, FA Cup, some Prem titles, not a bad shit for a defender. True. I'm not quite sure what the conversation is about. Sorry, guys. Let's have a look. What else have we got? It's just a deflating loss. Totally agree. Absolutely, totally agree. Boxing Straight Talk comes in. Anon needs to go to worrying watching him. Yes, trying to catch the ball. Yeah, I did. Yeah. You can't really go along with that. V's come in for another De Ligt man on a match.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like De Ligt's performance. I think he was really good. And Rushmano, it's a clear yes on this. We are going to promote the protest in Old Trafford the 9th of March. We'll come to that. We will talk a lot about it at the protest and build up to the protest. And I would strongly recommend everybody that has the opportunity, who lives in the Manchester area, to go and contribute and support the protest, but keep it peaceful. That's all I have to say on that. But we'll come to that. the next clip is, I would say, the biggest chance of the second half. No, the first half. It was in the 37th minute. It was a header from Lukic from a cross from Iwobi. So you see here Iwobi on the crosses it in, and you see here Lukic in the middle, and is wide open. Oops, let's remove this. So, Stu, how do you see Dalot? Because I don't know if this is the deep run from Lukic. Is that on Dalot or is it on Bruno? Or who would you?
Well, any deep run is on your midfield. Any deep runs on your midfield, and he's completely. Bruno's unaware where Lukic is for a start. Dalot, I'm not quite sure what Dalot's doing here, if I'm being honest. If you play it back, look at the speed that Lukic covers. Look at the ground he makes up straight away. Now, Dalot can see him, but Dalot's jogging. You've got to get in and try and at least get across Lukic somehow. And, I always say, do you remember when I said the other day about Ligt? If he'd actually put across the attacker at that particular time, then it just either slows him down or causes him an issue. You can't have a free header like that. I mean, Lukic should be kicking himself. I mean, it's just an absolute an abysmal effort by Lukic. It really is. But Dalot's got to come. Exactly. That's exactly
come in and just stop his run, block his run.
Block his run. You're not going to give away a penalty because all he's saying is just run into me, ref. You're not going to give away a penalty. It's just really bad. Actually, look at the way that we're set up. It's really quite bad. Maguire's kind of marking nobody. Yoro is okay on Muniz, so it's not too bad. Yoro's in the right, about the right position, but Dalot, he just doesn't react.
Yeah, but you see his run here.
Yeah,
he runs like this.
Yeah, it's a good cross as well, by the way.
He should go inside. You should be aware of this guy.
It's a good cross because I think Lukic is going to head it exactly where that second arrow is.
But I think the problem is Dalot is ball watching. I think he's ball watching 100%. All the time. Yeah, well, he's not aware of the threat. You see Lukic coming here on this run. I think it catches Dalot on a surprise. And again, I think that's the problem with Dalot. He goes to sleep sometimes defending the back post.
The problem is, though, he shouldn't, because if you go back and you place it, he knew. He knows Lukic is there. He's looking across at the pitch. He knows where Lukic is. Bruno, completely unaware. Completely unaware. Agate's in the mix of it. Yoro, perfectly. Look at Yoro. Pointing there. You come into my area, I'm going to feel for you. I'm looking at the ball, but I know where you are. I'm going to feel for you. I can see I'm on peripheral. Pretty good. Him and Maguire got a great line there as well. But you're not going to be able to play offside. So Maguire steps there. Did you notice that, by the way? That's the only thing Yoro and Maguire got wrong. Watch. If you go back, watch Maguire step at the wrong time. He doesn't tell Yoro. See how far Maguire is away from this. It's a bad effort from Lukic, by the way. Yeah. Terrible effort.
I think we struggled a little bit when it comes to our defense.
Broderick's pointed this out, by the way.
Yeah.
Broderick, nice of you to join us, mate. If you watch from the beginning, Lukic sequence, he runs unstopped from midfield into the box window for us. Absolutely.
Good observation there.
And you're right there, Broderick. By the time Lukic comes into Dalot's vicinity, he should have been across to at least try and make an attempt to block him. But you're absolutely right. The unopposed run, unacceptable.
Next clip we have is, I would say, I was surprised Leny Yoro was taken off. I don't know if it was down to fatigue or if it was an injury. I don't know.
Does Rashmano know? Has he heard any of Amarin's interviews? Has anyone heard any one of Amarin's interviews? It'd be nice if we could get an update on that.
Yeah, and I would say this sequence is fantastic defending from Leny Yoro. He's on Pereira, and this is why I call Leny Yoro the new Maldini. Or you can call him whatever, the new Ferdinand, or whatever you want to call him. But you see here is, first of all, Leny Yoro is up defending, winning the header. And you see here in front of him, you have Pereira, and this is Leny Yoro. So
yeah.
Pereira has a head start of at least 5 yards or maybe more.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
But this is how you defend. You catch up with him, and you don't stress, you keep in balance, and then get connection. You see here, he puts his arm on him and make connection. And he just pushes him away from the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you should do. It's worth pointing out Maguire's little cameo in that, by the way.
But I just want to see here, and then he just stay calm, stay in balance, and blocks the cross.
Oh no, he was
fantastic defending from Leny Yoro.
No, it was absolutely brilliant. But look at Maguire's tiny little cameo. If you push it back to where, if you take it all the way back to where, let's just get rid of that comment.
Okay, first we can go to the...
Watch for the header, yeah. Watch it through. Brilliant header that by Yoro, by the way. But Maguire forces Pereira
the way
out
he
wide.
angles his body.
The way it angles his body. And that allows Yoro to close the gap. Have you noticed, when he picks up the ball, there's about 5 yards, but then Pereira comes into Yoro's vicinity. And that's what, and Yoro's quick anyway, isn't he? So absolutely brilliant. But great bit of defending though when you play it through. Absolutely, I totally agree.
Yes.
But I just wanted to point out Maguire's body angle forces Pereira out there.
Yes, I don't know why I can't draw in this area, but you all see his body angle here. It's perfect.
It's perfect, yeah.
But again, his balance, his recovery pace, the way he just makes connection, tells Pereira, I'm here, forces him out.
So that little push on his shoulder, you know, where he went a bit further out when he just went like that, it's to let Pereira know I'm here and I'm right alongside you. Now what are you going to do? It is nice little stuff like that. It's pretty good.
Yes. And the way he stays in balance, you know, he comes from a full sprint, but he like slowly breaks. It's not like full stop and gets out of balance. You see a lot of defenders when they defend the wide areas sprints and try to block it, but he stays in balance all the time. Stay on your feet.
100% correct. Yeah, you could see him slowing down there,
and
that
then he wins the ball directly and just starts.
Yeah, and that enables him to get that, because all it is, Jarvis. It's that little movement like that, and then he gets a little bit of luck, doesn't it? Because he kind of comes off Pereira, but he comes away with it brilliantly. Good clip, that actually.
Yeah. And Leny Yoro, maybe the new Ferdinand.
Look at Jarvis's eyes there. His man, he's just lit up when he talks about him. Oh. No, rightly so, mate. It's a great spot. Great spot. Great spot.
Bad time comes in and say, I find it also useful to use that touch like a jab in boxing. You know, you're in position to make a challenge by testing the distance. Yes, 100%.
That's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. That little touch, just to It's really good by Yoro there, mate. Really good by Yoro.
So Leny Yoro, by now one of my favorite defenders so far.
Leny Yoro. That was poor.
So now we are into the 46th minute. We are overtime in the first half. There's a corner kick to Fulham. You know the rest. Bassey on the receiving end.
It's embarrassing when Bassey scores.
Let's have a look. The corner kick comes in from Pereira. And the header goes. Bassey heads it into the goal.
It's 2 free headers. Look where they are. Look where Muniz is. See, Muniz actually takes up a really good position. He's right behind Anderson or close to Anderson, which gives him the free run. He's using Anderson as his decoy, gives him the free run.
Yeah,
pops it into. Nobody's picking him up. We're all looking. Everybody. There's only really Agate. Agate's got his own man to deal with.
Ugarte has standard birds here.
Yes, yeah. So there's a significant height difference there, by the way. But there's nobody's picking up Muniz, and nobody's picking up Bassey. I mean, it's just
Bassey's free on the back post, and Muniz has the free run here. So it's terrible defending.
It is, yeah. It's poor, and the thing is, you've got Maguire. Sorry, yeah, you've got Maguire, Yoro at the back.
You got Maguire, Yoro, and Ligt.
And then you've got Delict all there, and not one of them is looking behind to see what's happening in behind. Mazzari's not looking behind. Mazzari's looking forward. But look where Onana's looking again.
And here the ball goes to Muniz.
I mean, he's going for goal, Muniz. He's going for goal. I don't want anyone to tell me he's not. He's definitely not going to. He's not going for a pass there to Bassey. He's just got it wrong. It's a really good header from Bassey, though. That's the problem, because it kind of he's down to angle his body, and he really had to get the power on it as well, because it was kind of slightly behind him. You see, a really good header. But again, Mazzari, he's too late. He can't react. So.
Yeah, but I think Masraoui anticipate that Muniz header is going to goal, so he wants to be on the back post to defend it on the line. So his momentum is on the other way, so he can't get out again to Bassey.
I totally agree, but he didn't need to be there.
No,
in the first place, he could have been further out, and he could have been looking after Bassey. You've got to. You know, the first rule of thumb in a corner is make yourself busy when you're trying to defend it. Make yourself busy. Bassey's run, I mean, credit where Bassey is, because, I mean, he's running into... He doesn't anticipate, I don't believe, the flick on front, unless they've worked this in training. Unless they've worked it in training, you've got to be a bit more reactive. We've got to be more reactive. But Bassey was on the move immediately. Did you notice? On the move immediately. So when we got three players, Maguire, Yoro, Mazzari, doing fuck all.
Yeah.
Iwobi's miles offside. If the ball was to come back in his direction, he's miles offside anyway. So forget Iwobi. You don't. He doesn't need to be. You just forget him. But Bassey's run, it's annoying, really. But anyway,
but I just want to say, Stu, a lot of good comments on this, by the way. But from the tactical, from the devilish tacticos,
and loads.
And I just want to say, when it comes to this, what happened right before Fulham got this corner kick? It was Bruno. He was out there, and in a way, again, you see the captain loses his concentration, starting to be petulant because of the corner kick. He was arguing with everybody, was standing there waving his arms. And I don't think as a captain you should do that in a vital moment, only seconds before the final halftime whistle goes. I think you should just stay focused. Help you guys organize your team, because as bad time comes in here and say those zones aren't set up properly to me.
They're not.
They're not starting. That's not near how. So it's about organizing your team. Stop. Why do you mind the referee? You know, if he gave a corner kick, he won't undo it. So you're wasting your energy.
He won't. You've just got to get on with it. You have a mini inquest. What the fuck happened there? Blah 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 blah. But then you get on with it, Jarvis. There's no point fucking waving your arms about or whatever. Bad time's right, though. Those zones weren't set up at all. To have, we talk about Maguire and Yoro. They were kind of like standing. Well, they weren't side by side, but effectively they were side by side because they weren't set up correctly. So you go into what you call a hybrid defensive position then, and you can't do that against big, powerful defenders. Bass is a big, powerful defender. We know all this. He's not very good. Certainly the opposition box, is he? But he proved, to be he proved to be the kind of winning goals for them, didn't he? In many ways, he got them up and running. So,
thanks for the support, Rushmano, and people.
Yes,
smash the like. It's time for a like spike. Smash the like, everybody. I think we are on 43 likes at the moment. I want to go at least up to 60 during this stream. It's 94 people watching on X and YouTube. So thank you guys for who has already smashed the like. But if you haven't, now it's the time. And this was the situation I was referring to when it comes to Bruno and what I call petulance. You lose your concentration at the end of the first half. Bruno waving his arms. And look at Bruno now. Look at his reaction. Standing there, pointing, running, and he's not stopping, he's doing it for at least a good 10, 15 seconds. And as a captain in a vital situation like this, I think you should keep your head cool and think of your teammates.
You've got to get into position. Once the corner's given, you got to get into position. You got to make sure you're set up properly. You got to make sure you're ready to go. When you start looking at it and complaining, then it takes your focus away from what you need to be doing. So I tend to agree. Yeah, good spot.
So I think maybe this was one of the things Roy Keane was talking about when he critical to Bruno as the captain. But again, Bruno, he put in a good performance today. He scored a goal. He kept us in the game. But
he did. Good finish. Good finish.
And Yale comes in and say, to be fair to Bruno, he tried to get that corner overturned.
He probably did. Yeah. Portuguese, flair.
Yeah. It's we are all different. So.
Oh yes, yeah, we are.
Let's see what do I have here. The next clip is Smith Rowe carrying the ball, and after the subs, this is in the 63rd minute of the game. We subbed off Ugarte, and we played the pivots for a good 5 to 10 minutes with Bruno and Eriksen, and I was really worried at that time because we know the weaknesses of Eriksen. And that's defending, he don't have legs. So here you see Eriksen and Smith Rowe. This is Smith Rowe. This is Eriksen. I come in a little bit late in this clip, but you see they are both, Bruno and Eriksen, dragged over in this area. And they forget about their main job is to protect the central area of the pitch.
Yes.
And here you see just acres of space for Smith Rowe to run. And you see Eriksen, he can't track back. He don't have the engine. So Smith Rowe just carries the ball into the last third easily. And he plays Robinson. Robinson comes with the cutback. Pereira and...
it was a good save, this, wasn't it? If you're watching in slow motion,
really good save by Onana.
Almost flipped under his arm, yeah. Look, Smith Rowe's a decent player. Finds space really well, doesn't he? I mean, we always talk about sometimes just stand still on a football pitch and a ball and everything opens up for you. And that was a great example of why.
But again, Stu, I just want to point out, when you play with the back three, shouldn't one of the defenders step out here? Or should they just let Smith Rowe carry the ball all the way?
The problem you got there on the odd occasion is when you've got 2 against 3, it's still occupied. All 3 of you are occupied, even there's only 2 players, just in case you got to run across all 3 of you. And in behind, say, Ligt was right to stay where he was, just on that occasion.
So you don't think Ligt should push out and just communicate with Eriksen to drop down?
No, because if you look at the trajectory that Smith Rowe was going, it was always going left. He was always pushing the diagonal. He was always going to play in Robinson. So, no, on that occasion, no. You can just see his body. He's always going to play because Mazzari's in a decent position. You've got Eriksen closing as well. And Ligt, you need Ligt to, head towards Mazzari to an extent. So, no, he's in a good position. It's all right. It was always going to happen, that Smith Rowe was never going to attack that space. And if he did, Ligt is there anyway. Ligt would have come across and snuffed him out anyway.
But it's a good ball there from Smith Rowe, and a really good save. You know, he can't see he's blocked. I think both the Ligt and Maguire is blocking Onana. I can't see straight on the ball, so it's a really good save from Onana.
Yeah, very good save. Really good save, actually, because it almost slipped under him. You know, when they showed it in slow motion, it was a hell of a stop. It really was. Good strike as well. A lot of disguise on it, because most people would think he'd go top corner there. You put a lot of disguise on Smith Rowe just to get it. He almost had a daisy cutter on that, but not quite. It was really low on the deck, and it really makes it difficult to keep. It was just, nicely done that.
Is Onana a contender for Man United's man of the match?
No, I don't think so. But I mean, he did play well today, but he still made a couple of mistakes, which aren't really good enough for us.
Rob Taft come in and say fair play, good play by Fulham, and a save by Onana.
Yeah, it was a really good save. Yeah,
good save. Yeah. What are you saying? Maguire isn't defending the rebound there.
He didn't, but for the first time, although to be fair, he was forced to push it wide anyway, because he wouldn't have been able to parry it through, because it just went under his right arm, so it was always going to go.
But he's right. Maguire is sleeping a little bit. He should be more wary, because we learned that against Spurs.
Yeah, but nobody really went in for it, did they? No Fulham player really went in for it. So everybody was slow.
Oh, so, yeah, well,
you know. Well, no, I agree. I mean, he was stuck there, but you know.
Yeah. Well, it's a good Agelbeast 21. It's a good observation.
It's a good spot. He's right. Yeah, it's a good spot. He's right. I mean, he was. You know, Maguire was having a cup of tea. There's no two ways about it.
Having a cup of tea.
He was definitely having a cup of tea. He definitely wasn't awake. I'll give him that.
Yeah. So yeah. And now it's we are into the 68th minute of the game, and Maguire is actually crushed in the air by Munoz in a duel, and Lindelöf was parked by Barrera. So when Lindelöf came on, I was really worried, because I think he had a dreadful cameo. He made everything go into panic mode, I would say, and his communication with Maguire, with the Ligt, it wasn't good, and he's very limited on the left. He always had to receive the ball and just play it back into Maguire again. So we were very right-sided every time we were trying to play out from the back because of Lindelöf.
Yes, agreed.
So I'm just gonna show you this clip, and you can have your says too. So it's a long ball from Bassey here. It goes out to a duel, and you see Munoz actually demolishing Maguire in the air. Look at this.
It's poor, that, really, because when you're the attacking defender, which Maguire is, it should have been the other way around. Munoz should have been on the deck.
Yeah, but this is my claim. I don't think Maguire is brilliant in aerial duels. He's just big.
He was wrong side of him anyway.
But he doesn't jump well, and we also saw it against Everton. The Everton striker also.
Yeah, better. Yeah. He was, to be fair, Maguire's wrong side anyway. Yeah. You've got to get behind him and attack him from behind, which he didn't. And then it was a lovely header though. It was a really nice knockdown by Munoz. Really, really nice knockdown. But you've got to be behind him to affect anything on that one.
And if you look at Lindelöf here in the left corner of the picture,
yes,
against Pereira.
Yes.
And again, I think Lindelöf is so passive defending. It's always like.
Luckily for us, I mean, he got
like calamity.
Yeah, luckily for us, he actually held up Pereira a lot longer than what he should have, and Pereira just didn't have the ability to get round him, which is quite poor, really. Look at him. But he tied Lindelöf in knots at the same time, by the way. He did complete and then bang, have that.
Looks like Disney on ice. You know, he
yeah,
skips around.
no, he was, but he did really well. He defended really well there. But I'm not even going to say Lindelöf lost his footing because he didn't. Pereira sat him down. There's no two ways about it. Then Dalot comes in and says, "Have that."
Yeah. I like what I see from the Ligt there.
But Lindelöf did slow him up.
He did.
He did slow him up, but Pereira did put him on his arse. He did. He put him straight on his arse, mate. Squarely on his tush. There's no two ways about that, man.
Yeah. This one from Day 147, Big Up Dave, he comes in and say Maguire attacks the ball in the air well when attacking, but a bloody coward when it comes times to defensively. Yeah. It should be more ruthless.
Should be more
Let's go into the body of Muniz. Don't let him jump up with all he got.
Muniz on his arse. That's how it should be. You know, as you quite rightly say, he shouldn't get smashed from Muniz. It should be the other way around.
Now we come into the 70th minute of the game. We have our captain Bruno Maguire coming in and scoring
Bruno
the equalizer.
Maguire. Who's Bruno Maguire?
Did I say Bruno Maguire?
You did, yeah. You're thinking of Big Harry. Big H.
Fernandes.
Yes, Big H.
Yeah. It's Lindelöf here heading the ball forward again. We are into attack. It's Garnacho receiving the ball.
Yeah.
Place it to who's on the left. I don't know.
Dalot puts across
Dalot,
it.
Yes, it's Dalot. Yes, Dalot. He keeps onside.
It's a lovely ball this by Dalot. And he meant that because it was absolutely pinpoint to Bruno, and enough pace on it for Bruno to take it first time.
But it's a well executed shot from
Bruno.
Fantastic
strike. It's a fantastic strike. Yeah, it's a fantastic strike. That is. I mean, Jesus, that is one tough skill to accomplish. Very, very, very good goal.
But you also see. I just want to point out. Chidu, Obi Martin, and Xerxes, they are dragging most of the defenders into the box and create the space that Bruno needs. And this is, I think, what we gained when Chidu came on.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, if I'm being super critical, Jarvis, and I'm going to be super critical, I'd like to see him a bit closer to the 6-yard box. But having said that, pal, if they were, I don't think Bruno scores.
You want them to push a little bit more forward.
I would, but if they were on this occasion, that's where I would like them in on normal occasions. But on this occasion, Bruno doesn't score.
Because if you see the offside line here, it's approximately like this. It could have been further ahead.
Yeah, and it will block more of the goal for Bruno. So Bruno wouldn't have scored if they weren't where they were. If that makes sense. But I would like to see them because that's where you score goals. You feed. And to be fair, Anderson was defending where he should be defending. That's a 6-yard line. But he pushed it through Bassey's legs, didn't he? Was it Bassey's legs? Did it go through? Or was it Berg's legs?
Yeah, Bassey's here.
Bassey's there. Did it go through somebody?
No, Sander Berg.
Yeah, Berg's legs, yeah. But look, it was just a wonderful strike. I mean, when you sweep a ball across like that, it's a wonderful strike anyway. No, I lovely goal.
Yeah, it was. And Agile Beast 21 comes in and say, I like Chido to make a curved run through the back post. That would probably be the best.
You've just got to push up a little bit. But as I said, actually, strangely, it would have stopped Bruno from scoring because it would have hit one of us. It would have either hit Anderson or Bassey or whoever, but it would have hit somebody rather than go through. So it was a great goal. I'm so, but we didn't do anything after that.
No, I think the subs made it difficult because we don't have much when it comes to the bench.
We went from functional to almost dysfunctional.
We did.
You know.
And then we started just hoofing it long, playing on the counter, playing more direct.
Yeah. And that's where we lost all our impetus. Not that we had much impetus anyway, but we lost a lot of impetus by doing that.
Yes. This next one is interesting. And now, Stu, Wooly, my good friend, you have to pay attention because you are the defensive coach in this team. So it's about Lindelöf, and I want you to pay a little bit attention to Lindelöf and how he moves. So Lindelöf is here. And is he doing the right thing? Because for me, I think it's wrong, but you can tell me. So Fulham is on the attack. Comes a little run. And Lindelöf just vacates his area.
Yeah.
Look at the run.
Yeah. You've got the rule of thumb is in defending is actually don't vacate your area, number one.
Mm-hmm.
And also the rule of thumb is go with you, but the other rule of thumb is, and this is where it gets a little bit murky and a bit grey, go with your man. Don't let your man out your side. Now look at and don't forget he's run deep from midfield. So watch Lindelöf. If you put that right from the start, Lindelöf didn't know where his man was at first. If you play it right from the start, he doesn't know where his man is at that point in time. Watch how he reacts when his man goes alongside him to just past him. I don't know if it's
because he makes a quick scout there. You see, but he watches just this area.
Yeah, he doesn't know where he is.
He's unaware.
So watch watch Lindelöf's reaction.
Yes.
There you go. Now he knows, and he's following his man. Don't stop it there. Now this is where defending becomes a grey area, because the rule of thumb is you don't abandon your man, as well as you don't abandon your zone. Okay. So Lindelöf was right, actually, and I know people won't like this, to follow him. He was right to do that. And it was clever play from the Fulham attacker because it left that chasm. And it was, by the way, an absolute chasm for was it Berg to run into? Was it Sander Berge?
Sander Berge is here.
You might have to play it on because I can't remember who ran into the box. But so Lindelöf was right there.
Smith Rowe.
It's Smith Rowe, but look at him.
No, this is Smith Rowe. Oh,
whoever that is,
it has to be Lukic then.
Yeah, look, but whoever it is, we're jogging. Casemiro's jogging.
Yeah.
Lindelöf is right because there's his man. But people are just jogging and allowing Smith Rowe. By the way, Smith Rowe, if it was Smith Rowe or Lukic, whoever it was, started out on the right. Look at his position. So it's a difficult one, but Lindelöf, I'm afraid, on that occasion was correct.
Okay. So this is how I see it, because I think Lindelöf, in this instance, you shouldn't vacate your area, because for me, the rule of thumb for me is this is the danger area, this is not the danger area. So if I have to choose, I will stay in the danger area because the goal is here and the goal is not here. So this is why I would choose always to protect the danger area. As a defender, you should central defender. When you play in the two, you shouldn't go outside the corner of the 8-yard box line.
Correct. But if you stay there, if Lindelöf stays put where you want him to, and I can't remember who it is, whoever it is, okay, takes 2 yards further forward, and the ball was to come into, just say, for argument's sake, Lindelöf wasn't there.
Do you know where he's running? You know, he's running here.
No, yes, but if what you want, just say you didn't, and you want Lindelöf, and they didn't move the ball quick enough anyway. But Lindelöf is following his man, and you're entitled to follow your man. That's what you should be doing. Casemiro is terrible here. Garnacho doesn't help, but Casemiro in particular is terrible. So Lindelöf actually is doing the right thing. I know it goes against conventional wisdom, but he's actually doing the right thing. I'm sorry.
I think you'd be way too kind, but yeah, you are the defensive coach. I have to trust you on this one. But for me, I think he's making the wrong choice, and because this is much more dangerous.
Yeah, I tell you, if Lindelöf was to stay, say where Casemiro is now, and his attacker had just maybe pulled off him 2 yards, he would have been in behind Lindelöf anyway. Lindelöf, you always follow your man. I know it goes against I get it. It goes against conventional wisdom, but that's what you would normally do in that period. There was a couple of lazy plays in there anyway that didn't help him.
Look at Harry Maguire's reaction now. This is Harry Maguire here, and this is Lindelöf. Look at them right after the shot goes over from I think it's Robinson. Robinson coming to shot. Look at Maguire directly looking at Lindelöf, and they are having a bit of an argument right after that happened because Maguire didn't agree with what Lindelöf did. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. But ultimately, if Lindelöf, okay, let's put it another way. If Lindelöf doesn't follow his man and Fulham played it a bit shorter and a bit quicker in, so instead of moving it around in little triangles and moving it straight into his man, Lindelöf's off him by 3 yards. You've got to follow your man there, and you've got to rely on your midfield to come in. And Casemiro, as I said before, Casemiro was way too slow. I think it's quite easy for Maguire to have a pop at Lindelöf there. But actually, if I was Lindelöf, I'd be saying, sorry, mate, where's my man? My man's here.
But are we seeing the Chuckle Brothers, the Calamity Brothers back together again? Because I think always when you see them two together, you get a performance from both of them.
I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying. I think your point is well made and is well argued, but you will always get told, and I would say to any of our back four, follow your man, and to be fair to Lindelöf, he's in his zone and he's followed him within his zonal area. The ball in across, you've got Casemiro trotting. It's Casemiro that's the problem. Watch again, just watch Casemiro. I
agree. You know, there's so many other things that could have happened in a better way, but this is why I prefer when you play a game, you always stay with your centre backs. You don't sub your centre backs unless there's an injury, because you want to keep them on. It's about relational play. You have to be used to know where you are.
Correct. And it'd be interesting to see what Yoro would have done in that. I mean, we won't know, but it would have been interesting to see what whether Yoro would have followed his man. But you'd still got two lazy players in anyway, Chav, and that was our good old friend Garnacho and our good old friend Casemiro. You still got two lazy players. So Lindelöf ultimately was right. Like, again, it's a grey area, and I understand, but this is why we love football. Honestly, this is why we love football, because your viewpoint is absolutely right. Because if you're watching it as a midfielder, or just to say you're Højlund, you're watching it, you are having a go at Lindelöf. What the fuck are you doing out there? But Lindelöf, and he won't get his lunch eaten by Amarin for this, by the way, because Amarin's gone in and says, Lindelöf, you followed your man, you're supposed to. He was your man, and you followed him. But look, your point is well argued. It's a tricky one, that one. It doesn't happen a lot, but when you've got two lazy players anyway, Jarvis, that's why the runner was easy getting, because Casemiro just allowed that. It's like a fucking freight train. So
it did. I just want to bring out Lolly Lola comes in. The Chuckle Brothers is a good.
Yeah, you've coined a phrase there.
And this one from DP. I just want to say thank you. This warms my heart. You know, he comes in and say, always objective in your analysis, guys. No shouting, no cursing, just proper game breakdown and great football knowledge. Long may the channel live.
That's really nice. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Crikey, I'm quite humbled by that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is what we're trying to build. Proper football channel for you guys to I'm not even trying to educate you or learn you about football, because you know the game.
It's not about that.
And that's why I like your input. I like Stu's input. I don't have all the answers. Stu don't have all the answers. No one has all the answers when it comes to football, but it's about getting the debate going and actually trying to learn.
It's getting too much. Can't cope. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. She's right, obviously. Of course, she's right. No, I'm not joking. I'm joking. We're not. The interesting thing about the defensive side of the game is people actually view the defensive side a lot more. They look at it a lot more than the midfield play and striking play in many ways, because the defensive side, Jarvis, causes goals. Causes goals all the time, or it causes chances and stuff of that nature. So it's always the big up for debate. It's why I like playing defence, Jarvis, because the jeopardy. I love playing on the edge. It's all about jeopardy for me. And a lot of people won't agree with me on Lindelöf, by the way. I think they'll side with you on that one, pal, and that's absolutely fine. But the rule
of the popularity contest.
No, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. What I meant was they wouldn't. If you don't play at the back, you don't sometimes understand an unwritten rule, and the unwritten rule is never leave your man. But I understand why people would consider.
Let's just put it to bed and move on.
Yeah, it was a good debate. I enjoyed that debate. It was a good one.
Dark Row comes in and say too much tactical. Maybe it's too much tactical. When we do the match reaction, we tend to do the tactical thing. Mondays we do the panel show, and it's not every show is not the same. So we try to keep this one to tactical.
With us,
I would compare it to a burger at McDonald's. It's easy, accessible, and it tastes like crap after two bites. This is not us. We're trying to give you substance. So I can sit there and try to trigger your emotions and shout Lindelöf is a calamity and all of this. It's not what the channel is about. It's about football. So
but we'd love you to give us a chance, Darko, if you could, if you maybe tune in for a couple of shows and get involved, because they're devilish tacticos, they're brilliant people, they know the stuff. Get involved, and but we'd love you to give us.
Thank you for the feedback, Darko. I respect every comment, so I'm not having a go at you. I'm glad that you tuned in and all of that. So we have Rich in the house, and I didn't say hi because we had the Red Devil United TV. I haven't. But we have seen you before. He said Amorim doesn't seem to have
the answer. To the game. I think he's been to the match tonight.
Yes.
Oh, no bad. It was great. We like to hear from things like that. So please stay with us if you can. It'd be great. DJ Superfly guy, great to have you back on. Ariana's clueless. We're getting a lot. We're seeing a bit of this at the minute, aren't we, Jarvis? With people's opinions on that. Let's have a look. What else have we got? V comes in with Amrin out. It's where they are. It's where they are at the moment, isn't it?
But no one knows. We don't know if Amorim is the right guy. Maybe Premier League is too much, too big for him. Maybe this United team had no chance in hell to play this kind of tactics with three in the back.
Comment of the night, that is. Only Smarties have the answer. She's going back a bit with that one. Only Smarties have the answer. Oh, God. Sorry, I can't sing, by the way, before. Everybody, have you noticed we had 112 viewers? They've all gone. Now I've started singing. Yeah, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Going back to the Chuckle Brothers.
Yes.
Lindelöf trying to play out from the back.
Oh, this is where we gave the ball away, wasn't it? Yes.
Yes, look at Lindelöf. Yes. Panicking, fully panicking, under pressure.
Yes.
Sander Berge is there. I think Sander Berge had a great game today. One of their best players. But again, as a centre-back, when you have all the field in front of you, you should know what to do with the ball.
What I would say about that, Jarvis, is he'd done the hard work.
Yeah.
Actually, the hard work was to get between. the two plays. He's done the hard work there.
Carries the ball 2 yards in the right direction. This is what you have to do.
Yeah. Just go long there. If you're panicking, just go long. Or try and get it across to was Mazzari on at the time?
Mazzari is I don't know.
That's Dalot. Whoever.
Casemiro.
He didn't even get it right to Bruno. He didn't even get the pass right. I mean, something like that may have happened to me on Saturday. I don't know. I'm just
the ball is going right to Sander Berge. Bruno is here.
Yeah,
so I
course.
Don't know what he's thinking.
Of course, Jarvis. If that was me, I'll be blaming Bruno all day long.
But it tells me that he's not orientated, and when you do this little trick here and carries the ball, he loses his view of the
Jules
pitch.
has made a point here. Why go to? Sorry, if I can find it. Sorry, Jules. We'll get there, mate. I'm sorry. I'm having a senior moment. Jules has made a ball. Why has Onana gone into Lindelöf? And I do agree with that. That is a really good question, because I find myself. Why are we doing this? I know Amorim likes to play it from the back, and I know you're a big fan of it, Jarvis. But sometimes go fucking long. Just get rid. So. And this is all about knowing the players as well, Jarvis, isn't it? Knowing the personality
of
the player. Are you able to take it? Can you run with it? Can you do something with it? He did the hard work, but if I was Lindelöf, I would have blamed Bruno for not moving for it personally. Because it's such a bad ball. I'd have been going.
But in this instance, when Onana has the ball, the centre back needs to do one thing. Needs to create himself some lee room, some space.
Yeah, you go.
He needs to drag himself out here to receive the ball, because when he's so close to Onana, he shouldn't receive the ball. So I think Onana makes a mistake giving it to Lindelöf in the first place, but Lindelöf should be quicker and go outside.
You move out. You know as well as I do, and you're drummed into all the devilish tacticos. I'll tell you this: you're drummed into it at a very young age. Do not play the ball into the danger area. That's what they say. All coaches will tell you that. Don't play the ball into the danger area. Bang, 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 and they drill it into you, drill it into you, drill it into you, drill it into you. And the other favourite one is never go across the pitch. Unless
the quick solution is you have Dalot here.
Yes.
So we could just giving it out to Dalot.
Absolutely, honestly, absolutely. You don't dick about with it there. You're right, Jarvis, to bring this clip up. I still would have blamed Bruno if I was Lindelöf. I'd have gone, Bruno, come on, mate. Although I was playing it nowhere near you, pal. Don't worry about that. But they didn't make the best of it, did they? So,
but I have to see, if I was in Bruno's shoes.
Oh, it's nothing to do with Bruno.
I wouldn't have walked over to this area and compressed the area. I would kept away.
I agree, but it is nothing to do with Bruno. This is clearly a Lindelöf error, and that's it. Period.
Yeah.
Or an Onana Lindelöf. It's not Bruno's error. I know what you're saying. Create more space, yeah, but I still would have blamed him.
Yeah.
What
is the chat saying?
The chat's really going. It's been great chat tonight. I actually let me find Jules. Jules come up with a nice. See if you can read some chat out, Jarvis. Well, let's see if I can find the Jules chat, because he asked the question about, has Amorim done enough for us to invest in him? Or I think he's talking about, moving forward in the summer. But I can't seem to find the. I know, Jules, if you're still watching, I remember what you said, and I think the question went something like this. Forgive me, Jules, if I got it wrong. Has Amorim demonstrated enough for us to invest in him as a manager? Or I think that's what he was getting. If I've got it wrong, Jules, I apologise. Pop it back in the chat, mate, and we'll re-ask it. But that's what I think he was doing. Mr. V comes in. Or V, I call him Mr. V. V comes in.
Mr. B, Mr. S, Mr. G, J.
V-Man, we'll call him V-Man. My problem with Amorim is the refusal to adapt his system to who he has available. He's inept. Ineos couldn't secure Tuchel because the club don't have the resources to match his ambitions. I think that's a very good point about the ambitions. I quite like Amorim. V, I wouldn't say he's inept, but I think you make a very, very valid point, and a point that a lot of people fans in particular are talking about. So your point's valid for sure. 50 likes. Stephanie Griffiths is in the house.
Stephanie,
not Ali G, not
legend.
Ali G, but Stephanie Griffiths. Stephanie G, not Ali G. Stephanie G. So we're going to call you Stephanie G.
I call her Steffi G.
Oh, Jarvis is on Stephanie G. No, you can't say Stephanie G because it rhymes with effigy, and you don't want to do that.
Okay.
Stephanie G. Stephanie G is in
Stephanie G. Okay.
Yes.
No, okay.
What else have we got? Let's have a look. Don't get me wrong, DJ Superfly guy. Don't get me wrong. I want nothing more than for him to be the right guy. But why players practice with this group of players? It's pretty much what V's saying. And we're players that won't be here next season. Hopefully, again, a well-founded and well-rounded argument there. Bushmano counters that slightly. Why get a manager in with a different style and expect the manager to change his plan because the players aren't good enough? That's on the club, not the manager. They need to back him. I'm not quite sure, but lovely Lola is going to get some popcorn. Nothing wrong with popcorn. We love popcorn. Let's have a look what we got.
Before we go to the next comment, I want to show this clip, and the next clip is Smith Rowe. Yeah, the good shots. It's in the 94th minute, right before the game ended, full time.
Just a Smith Rowe strike.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a good save by Onana, this one. So they played themselves. It's a cutback from Iwobi. Smith Rowe.
Oh, it's a brilliant stop. It's a brilliant stop, that is.
That's a match-saving.
It is because he saved that with his two bottom fingers. If I know we haven't got the slow motion, but it's a brilliant stop, that is. Brilliant stop.
So really again, good save by Onana.
Oh, terrific save. Yeah, terrific save. Yeah.
Because I think we are way too critical sometimes to Onana, and it's valid most of the time, but we gotta give him some credit too. You know, it's not all doom and gloom.
No, it's not. No, it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah, but there's a proper debate now about the manager and the system. And for me personally, I would just stick to it, stick through the hard times, and just do our best to adapt to this system. Because if the manager comes in and wants to play the 3-4-3, yes,
see you on the next stream. We're tomorrow night. If you can tune in tomorrow night, we've got Jarvis's Corner tomorrow night, pal. But thanks for joining in, pal. Really appreciate it. Some great comments as well, as always, mate.
And when it comes to the manager, I just want to say, for me personally, I just want to stick with it. Go through the hard times. Play the 3-4-3 until it sticks. You know,
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer with Amorim, actually, at this point in time. I think maybe we need to give him a summer, see what the club do in terms of removing the deadwood, and then see what happens. Maybe it's just my opinion. I'm not. You know, I'm not saying.
Stu, I have a question there from Turbo Wade. You might answer it. What percentage of the season's failure are Amorim, and what percentage are the players? You could say 50-50. I put more blame on Amorim, and also, yes, you could also blame the Glazers. So,
I've never blamed a manager for my own failures as a player. And that's sometimes how you have to look at it. It's your own failure as a player, as a person, as a human being, as a man, as a family man, as a father. You can only blame yourself. You can only look at yourself. What could I have done better today? And you should always ask yourself after every game. And I don't think our players do that, because some of them I don't think care. I'll be honest. I really don't think some of them care. So that's just me, Trev. I'm not saying a lot of fans will blame the manager and everything is on the manager. And I accept that as well. I really do, because the manager's the one that's, going through the opposition, telling you how to, defend against specific players and things of that nature. But for me, it's just me personally. I don't disagree with anything. It's just my opinion. I always blame myself. So if I've had a bad game, it's my fault. It's everything I do is down to me. and that could be anything that's made me have a bad game. But my issue sometimes, guys, is if I don't win at the first header against my opponent, then I fucking go to pieces for 5-10 minutes. I have to really take a deep breath and play my way back into the game. Some people, if they miss a header, don't care. They put in a 10 out of 10 performance a lot of the time. So, Jarvis, what's your opinion? It's just me.
I blame the players. I blame the players. I blame the Glazers, yes, ultimately. But when it comes to Amorim or the players, I blame the players. But I also blame the players on the Ten Hag. And I did the same under Ole, because I believe the players are not good enough, and it's clear. And the manager is just a manager. He's not a magician. He's not Jesus. He can't come in and make miracles. That's impossible. And I think they are limited. That's our biggest issue.
Yeah. And, I always get, I get asked that a lot, and I always say, well, look, whose fault is it that Jarvis gives me a 5-yard pass and I let it go under my studs? It certainly ain't the Gaffer's. It's mine. It's not Jarvis's. Although I would have blamed Jarvis for that, by the way. Although Jarvis would have passed it to me directly and it was my mistake, I still would have blamed Jarvis for a rubbish pass. Not that it was.
But Stu, the question is, how much do the manager influence what's going on the game? Because if you say 50-50, but how much of the game plan is set up by the manager, and how
all the
much
game plan is set up by the manager? But if you are listening to the gaffer and you're listening to the captain and you're listening to other players around you, you're not concentrating on your own game. You're not concentrating on what you should be doing. The gaffer sends me out, okay, and he'll look at it. He'll say, right, today you've got a 6'5" built like a brick shit house defender. He's taller than you for a start, Stu. He's a bit bigger than you. He's a bit wider than you. Keep him at arm's length. Don't get into a wrestling match with him. So that's what I do. I adopt that until I'm comfortable within the game, and I make then my own decision about how to mark it, because I've noticed what he's doing. But if he's telling me to do that, and I go against him immediately and we get trampled on, actually that is my fault, because I've not listened to what he's told me. The gaffer said to me straight away, don't get fighting with him, because he's just going to overpower you. So if I start fighting with him immediately, that's purely my fault. So the gaffer will, he'll go in and he will talk to you about stuff. He'll put up a tactics board, or he'll put up whatever he uses, and he'll talk about where he wants you to position yourself. And I always talk about zones all the time, don't I? Play within your zone, and if you're within that zone and the ball comes into you, brilliant, you can deal with it. If you're outside that zone, then again, you're the problem, not the gaffer. So that's just my opinion. It's a tricky one. It is a tricky
one. Mr. Potter's 5,000 comes in and say, Amorim's tactics are so boring, fellas. It's time for him to go. It was never going to work with him. Not sure what all the hype was. I seem like the only fan who was against him coming in. Fair point, but and I don't think you're alone. I see a lot of people now turning on Amorim, but for me, I will support the manager as long as possible, because I think he needs more time. And Tyrone comes in with a valid point too. He say the football club isn't set up properly to create an environment for players or managers to thrive. And he also comes with the counter question: who was the alternative then? Keeping Ten Hag or going with Ruud for the rest of the season? That's
Mr. President of the United States 5,000. I don't know if you knew. I don't recall. Forgive me, but I don't recall seeing you in the comments before. So if you are new, great to have you. If I've missed you, I apologise. But great to have you on board anyway. Really, really good thing.
Rushmano, Jarvis, I would like to know if people think Dorgu is a good signing because he's an Amorim signing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bogus. Thank you for subbing. Really appreciate it. Big up.
Yes, it's a good question, Rushmano. People should give him cred. It's his signing. So yeah.
I like Dorgu.
No one mentioned it.
Yeah, no, I like Dorgu.
Yeah. I want to go to the next clip, and now it's all about Chido Obi, as he liked to be called, Chido Obi, and now he's wrestling against Bassey. You see here in this position, going into his body, taking control of the ball. Maybe he's getting fouled, but he gets the shot off. Are you impressed by the young kid?
There's two ways to look at Obi. And I liked him, but I did send you a message, and I think he's learned a big lesson tonight as Obi Martin, a big lesson. He's understood the difference between 18s and, top level football, really. Yes. I thought he was excellent in his use of his body, the use of his ability. Okay on the ball, snatched at a couple, but he was in the right place at the right time. And what I would say about him, I thought he gave Bassey in particular and Anderson a bit of a working over in terms of he worked them, whereas Højlund didn't. So, and I agree here, I think Obi showed more in this game than Højlund has the whole season, so I tend to agree with that. But naivety's come into it, and youthful exuberance has come into it in this particular one, because if he stayed down, that's it. It's a pen. It's a pen all day long, that. But I like the fact that he didn't. I like the fact that he tried to get a shot off. So I think it's been I think he'll go to sleep tonight massively happy as an individual, as a person. And it's great that the fans want to get behind him. And I think he's demonstrated a willingness to really upset and, really get at the two centre-halves, which Højlund doesn't do. If I'm Højlund and I'm watching him, okay, this is interesting, because Bassey's a big fella, and maybe he went for him. He went for him. He tried to wrestle him, and he got the better of him. So, I don't think I'll start him yet, Dark Out. I don't think I'll start him yet.
No.
I certainly won't start him Thursday, I wouldn't think. But I think what you might see are longer runs.
Yeah, longer spells, yes.
We'll get longer spells than he's had just recently. So he'll probably play 30, 35 minutes, 40 minutes maybe. And, he maybe even do 45. So I liked him. I would have gone down if I was him here.
But I like what I see. He's like, he has fearless. He just goes directly. This is what I would like to see.
Great. He snatched at a couple. Yeah, he snatched at a couple tonight. And he should have gone
down there. Shouldn't.
And to be fair, he was pushed off the ball a couple of times, but he's young. He's going to get pushed off the ball. And that, by the way, isn't anything to do with his strength. That's his body positioning, not being static enough, not being taut enough within your body, and he just gets pushed over. But I liked him. But I did text Jarvis, and I said he'll understand what the difference is. He's no good now to us at the under-18s. He needs to stay with this squad now for the rest of the season, and he needs to get more and more and more minutes. And I think he'll be dangerous. I think it was great to see. It's lovely to see. I thought Heaven equally.
Yes, Heaven.
I thought he had a decent cameo again. Big, tall, strapping lad. Thought he had a good cameo as well. It was really great to see somebody like him. I think Rasmus will probably go home the complete opposite to Obi. What the fuck is going on?
But Stu, in this instance, shouldn't Xerxes be pushing?
Yeah, well, yeah, he has, but maybe. I mean, this is another thing, by the way, Jarvis. This is knowing your teammates. You've got to understand your teammates. Maybe Xerxes is an avid under-18s follower, and he will know, because like the under-18s do, when Obi gets in that position, you ain't getting the fucking ball. I'm a striker. Fuck you.
Yeah, it could be a rebound. It could go bounce off the goalkeeper in this area, and you need to be first. You're not a poacher if you just stand there.
I don't know what Xerxes was doing there, because there's no chance in a million years Obi was ever going to pass the ball, and so he shouldn't. It's like the old age in racing, Jarvis. If you see a gap and you don't go for it, just hang your leathers up.
Yeah.
Hang your leathers up. But it was a definite penalty. But I did like what I saw. I did, and I'm glad the devilish tacticos are really, they're up for Obi
Positive,
Martin.
yes.
So
And I like this comment from Dan P. Comes in and say Obi turned half chances into chances.
Correct.
This is what a good striker does.
He didn't finish, and the one where he tried to push it over Leno, he'll see the difference tonight between an under-18s keeper and what I would call, I don't know, a full professional keeper. He will see the difference, and he will know. He will make that adjustment for next time he gets in there. So Xerxes should have been forward, but he was never going to get the, and rightly so. Obi should have gone for goal. Rude. If that was Rude and that was Xerxes, Rude would have been in the 6-yard box, absolutely screaming at Obi Martin. But at the same time, understanding that Obi's just going to, and so we should. I did like him. I did like him, and I think he's going to do. I think we're going to need him more and more over the next few weeks.
Yeah,
he won't play Thursday though. He won't start Thursday because we're at home.
I really hope he starts because I think it's hopeless now. I think Rasmus. It's only one thing to do with Rasmus at the moment. Take him out. Let him sit on the bench. Watch the game for 2, 3, maybe 4 games, and
he needs to come out.
Slowly rebuild his confidence because now he wants it too much.
We got, and I'll be honest with you, Jarvis and Devilish Tacticos, if we got Maino and we got Ahmad back, I'd ship him off on holiday.
Yeah.
Get gone for 2 weeks, mate. Your head's gone. Your head's not in the right place. You need to go home and have some time with your family and then come back. That's what I would do.
Yeah. He offers nothing, as Agile Beast 21 comes in and say he offers nothing. Yeah, it's true. Again, another one with Chido. It's Xerxes and Chido together, and Xerxes Chido drops down, lays off the ball to Xerxes. But again, you see Chido. You see Højlund do this a lot of time. He drops down, but you see Chido's reaction. He pushes up right away.
Yeah, he's gone. He's got his head down. This is a lovely piece of play. It would have been a brilliant goal. This. It's a wonderful piece of play by Xerxes.
But by Chido being here, he gives Garnacho a little bit of space because the centre back knows Chido is here.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, and this is what I miss from Rasmus.
He slows down a bit too much. And I know why he does slow down there, because he was never going to get the ball off Garnacho anyway. Again, this is Chido knowing Garnacho was never going to get the ball. I'm not really quite sure exactly what Garnacho did. I don't know. Did it come off his shin? I'm not really sure. If you can let us know in the chat, that would be great. Did it come off his shin? It was a weak effort. Off his knee, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we got the shot off, and yeah. But this was our style at the end of the game. It was just
he got a roll off, Jarvis. I'm not really sure it was a shot. It was more of a roll. It was fucking abysmal.
Pass back to the goalkeeper.
It was a pass back, yeah.
So yeah, but
anyway, it was a lovely piece of play. It was a lovely piece of play. Yeah,
Chido, he creates half chances into chances. This is what he do. And this is what we need from the striker. And it was a brilliant ball from Xerxes. Maybe as Agile Beast comes in and say it was a little bit too short. Should have been a little bit forward for Garnacho to take his stride more. Yeah,
that's a funny comment. Yeah,
it's good observation. Yes. I don't have many clips left, but there's one more here with Chido. Let's see if it's right. Yes. Because this were the second half and in extra. No, it was the first half in extra time. Let me just bring it up. Here we go. Again, Chido drops down, lays it off to Xerxes.
This is the one we just done. Yeah, same clip that dude.
Yeah, it's the same. Okay, let's go to the next one. The technique.
This is the save, isn't it? Leno save.
It's
Is this a Leno save?
No, it's Shido. It's Shido.
Yeah.
Making the save, and it's a brilliant save from
Yeah,
Leno.
that's what I mean. That's the one I was talking about. And to be fair to Cheeto, he did everything right there. He just didn't get at the bend on the lift. It was a good effort, really. A great run in between the two. Watch his run now. Brilliant run in between.
You see, strong. You see, Anderson tries to grab him, but he
gets in front of Anderson brilliantly there.
Yeah,
and he's got to get out of his feet. If you see where we are now, he has to get the ball out of his feet, and he did brilliantly. Lovely scoop, but it was a good stop. It was a good stop, that.
And it was a difficult shot to get off. He's surrounded by defenders. His angle is not right.
It's a top save as well. Yeah, top save. There wasn't a great deal he could do there, to be fair. I don't think.
No. But again, you create big chance out of nothing, I would say.
He created a good run. That was his best effort all game in terms of clear cuts. He had that one, didn't he, where he tried to in on the right post as we're looking at it now, Jarvis, where he just couldn't get the bend on it. Push it around. But no, he looked good. But I can't see him starting Thursday. But you never know. Amri might chuck us a curveball, and he might.
Yeah. I hope he starts. I would just give him a go now. I think he had he's slowly been eased into the team, and he learns a lot. So now it's just and Europa, it's a little bit slower. So I think it's time for me.
They're decent at the back, aren't they, Saucy? I'd say it'd be quite interesting.
They are really good. They are really good. I watched them the other day.
Yeah, they're a good side.
Yeah, they are. Sessegnon came on for Fulham. You see William on the ball. Sessegnon takes on Dalot. You see he comes in with fresh legs. This was in the 109th minute of the game. Takes on Dalot easily and takes off a shot. And again, a good save from Onana.
He's Amadesk, isn't he, old?
Yes.
Amadesk is everything about him. His mannerisms are very Amadesk.
Old Rashford.
To be honest, to Dalot, he's not in the world's worst position now. He just gets caught flat-footed.
Yeah. But fresh legs. He played football for 110 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat Dalot's lunch on that one.
No, but it's a good save again from Onana, and
Took it well. Yeah, nice height for him, but he took it well.
He took it well.
Yeah, but with two of our defenders are on the deck, Dalot and Heaven. bless him.
Yes. And for the defying moment of the game, I don't know. I think it was a weak penalty. And for me, when you take a penalty, there's a couple of rules. You take a proper run up to the ball, and after the referee blows the whistle, you wait for at least 5 seconds. You don't go directly and then you start running. So for me, I think he makes every mistake in the book when it comes to a penalty. And
what did you think of the strike itself?
It's poor. Doesn't look up on the goalkeeper. He looks directly down on the ball. He doesn't know what the goalkeeper is supposed to do. The height of the ball.
I thought it was too close to the keeper. Yeah.
And my question is, I knew that Lindelöf weren't supposed to score on a penalty kick, and it's not Lindelöf's job to score the goals. But so I'm not particularly blaming Lindelöf. But why did Lindelöf take a penalty in the first place?
He's 64 million.
Why couldn't he take a penalty? He's a striker. Why didn't?
Take a penalty? Do you know something? I don't subscribe to the theory that you can't let Chibo take it. It could ruin his confidence. I don't subscribe to that theory. You're playing elite football. You're an elite player. You are an elite player when you're playing for Manchester United. You go in and you stick it away. He shouldn't be taking a penalty. Yeah, why didn't Canacho? I don't know. But I know one thing when I take a penalty. I don't take many, by the way, guys. I just have a straight run up and I use the top of my foot and I hit it as hard as I can. I do. And I don't take many penalties, but that's what I would do. So the problem with Lindelöf is he almost telegraphed which way he was going to go.
He did.
By his body shape and that. And when a goalkeeper guesses the correct way, you've already demonstrated to him, even before you kick the ball, which way you're going, by whether you're doing it with your head, little head movements, body movements, or the way that you're going up to strike the ball. The goalkeeper knows. So I always try and just put my laces through it.
And again, back to Amorim, you'd put Garnacho ahead of.
Well, we need to ask.
How do you think he selects his penalty?
Yeah, we need to ask that question. Yeah, I because I wouldn't have picked Lindelöf anyway. It could well be though, guys, in the Devilish Tacticos, that Garnacho said no, and Lindelöf said yes. It could well be that, but that's unacceptable for any person, any footballer to turn around and say they won't take a penalty. Yeah. If what Lindelöf should have said was, yes, I'll take one, but we need our best five first, lads. We need our best five, and you should be looking around, remonstrating with players. We need our best five. It could well be that Obi Martin turned around and said,
prepare your players beforehand because you knew it could end with a penalty shootout. You should tell your players before, and you should make the list. Okay, this is the list.
Well, you should do, but I don't think they have, because if they have, Jarvis, that means the subs are all premeditated. It was already dealt with. He'd already decided what time these players were coming off, why they were coming off. Would you not put Agati on a list for pen? You would. I think Yoro could step up and take a pen.
Yeah, but you don't put up a list of your 5 penalty takers. You put up a list with an order, so everybody's prepared to take a penalty.
Yeah, you do. But
okay, you are next.
Yeah, but ultimately, then if that's the case that he's done that, which he probably will, Agate is way down the fucking order. So's Yoro. So much so they're not on the list because I'm having you off. So, but look. The bottom line is, Garnacho might have turned around and said no. He might have turned around and said, "I'll take one." Yeah. We don't know. I'd like to know. I don't know whether Amorim said. I don't know whether Rushmano can take.
We will see. Agile Beast say you need to glance at the goalkeeper at least once during the run-up to throw off the goalkeeper. Yeah, there was something wrong with that. He wasn't
there's something wrong with it. He's really, he hasn't glanced. He's really looked, or he's done something that's alerted Leno to the position he's going in. Sure.
And I just want to say that was the end of the clips. It's been a brilliant show. We will be back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Jarvis's Corner panel show. I don't know who will be on. I haven't talked to anyone, but it will be a panel show, at least Stu and I and a couple of guys more. I hope Mbaye can come on. We will see. Yes. And it will be a good show. It's 1 hour 57 minutes into the show. So I hope you enjoyed our tactical breakdown. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, smash the like. We are on 52 likes now. I would love us to at least come up to 60 likes, but you know who you are if you haven't, so that I will really appreciate you guys. So if you smash that like, and a lot of low from the chat to say thank you, fellas. Good games, everyone. And Rushmano comes in, subscribe to the channel. Agile Beast, thank you, guys. Good stuff. Lovely Lola with her positivity comes in. Sleep well. And Tyrone, it's a great show, guys. The tactical breakdown was superb. I'm glad you liked it.
Thank you.
And all of you, Jordan Wall, Broderick, this flew by. Yeah, big up.
Oh,
so it's been a brilliant show. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I just want to say
bit of breaking news. Mr. Hackett will be probably back with us in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Yes, so, that will be great.
He's also, Keith has sent us some brilliant insight to the new IFAB rules that were mentioned at some point today. He sent us quite an in-depth emailed, didn't he, Jarvis, about the new IFAB rules? Maybe we could discuss a little bit about those. I don't know whether we can use them or not. I'll have to check.
Yes, we will find out, but we will talk more about Mr. Hackett Promoter Show. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It's been a good show, and guys, leave a comment in the non-live section after the show. Have a good one, and see you later. Goodbyes.
Take care.